I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Marshfield Conservation Commission at 6:30. This meeting will be held under Chapter 20, the Act of the 2021 COVID rules. It's a hybrid meeting. If the Zoom capability is lost, the meeting will continue. Due to the chair being at a remote location, I'd like to propose that we have a motion to turn the chair over to the vice chair. Craig, would you like to make that motion?
I move that this meeting be chaired by Vice Chair O'Donnell. May I have a second?
Second.
That's Jill, please.
Roll call vote. Craig Hannafin, yes.
Joe?
Ring, yes.
Rick?
Rick Carber, yes.
Susan?
Susan Karen, yes.
Art?
Art Loggy, yes.
And Bert O'Donnell, yes. Vote is unanimous, Bill. I assume the duties of the chair. I'd like to go ahead and reopen the meeting. Roll call vote. Art?
Art Loggy, yes.
Susan?
Susan Karen, yes.
Bert
Rick
O'Donnell,
Carver,
yes. Rick,
Joe Ring,
yes. Craig?
Craig Hannafin, yes.
Unanimous, Bill.
Okay, you two, Bert, you got yourself?
Okay, Bert O'Donnell, yes.
Okay, very good.
I'd like to make an announcement that the regulation review of 505-304.1, which is peers, has been tabled. I see nobody in the audience. I'm not sure who's in on the Zoom meeting, Bill, but
We basically have ourselves, Craig Hannafin, Steve Darcy, we have Bob Galvin, Joe Pesevich.
okay, well, particularly Mr. Pesevich, he made some written comments. We want to make sure that he's got the word that this has been tabled.
Mr. Pesevich, I sent you an email about a half an hour ago. And first off, the chair and I and the commissioners would like to thank you for providing the Marshfield Conservation with written comments. This is what we need. It's excellent to have feedback like that. It helps us to do a better job. Unfortunately, the item is going to be tabled for tonight, and it'll be discussed under another evening. And your comments will be kept for that particular meeting.
Thanks.
Next week, change it to the people for the, and then we can go back to the.
Okay, the next item is we'll do the review of Chapter 505, 307.2, which is foundation requirements.
That'll be the other one, Jim. Thank you.
And is Mr. Finn presenting that, Bill?
I think we want to give a little background. You and I and Mr. Finn had a meeting on Friday. We had to take into consideration the planning department and the building department's comments, and that was done. And this was the original language that was posted prior to the meeting that the public saw as well. We would edit the items in red to reflect those comments. At the meeting on the 4th, we had talked about striking town of Marshfield and leaving building code, zoning bylaw, etc. However, there may be some additional feedback which could better improve it.
Yeah, basically to explain, the building code is 780 CMR. That's the only building code that applies, correct?
To achieve the best outcome, we just need to eliminate town of Marshfield as per our meeting on the Friday the 4th.
We need to eliminate the words building code
Okay?
and move zoning bylaws in back of or next to Marshfield.
Okay. You
So
can
we
mention-
read the,
highlight building code?
he's
So that
got it
is-
right there, I think.
I got this.
We're removing building code.
Correct.
And that's it right there.
Is
Just
there
take
a-
out the comma.
Take out the comma.
And then at the top, where it says foundation requirements, it should say general requirements.
It does say general requirements.
Okay, because the red is the proposed, so
Right.
that's the new.
Right. It should say general requirements right there.
It says it, okay. So let's take a quick glance at that, and is that satisfactory to meet the requirements? There were questions about the map, I think that was worked out. 780 CMR is called out, and now you have town of Marshfield zoning bylaw. Should we ask Attorney Galvin for a quick read on it?
Yes, Mr. Galvin, are you with us?
I am.
Any comments on this change?
No, I think this change makes sense.
Okay.
Mr. Finn, have you got any other input?
I think it's great.
Okay, and Bill,
I think it's good. I think this is the way a process should work. We get with the task force, we bring it to the table, we edit in vivo, and this will probably take care of everything. Thank you for everybody's time.
okay, in that case, I'd like to make a motion to amend 505-307.2 as written, general requirements. Any new or reconstructed structure situated in any resource area shall comply with all applicable provisions of the Town of Marshfield zoning bylaws, including firm map dated 7/6/2021 and 780 CMR. Have I got a second?
Second.
Art?
Second is Art. Roll call vote. Art?
Art Loggy, yes.
Susan?
Susan Karen, yes.
Rick?
Rick Carver, yes.
Joe Ring, yes.
And Craig?
Greg Hannigan, yes.
And Bert O'Donnell, yes. Vote is unanimous, Bill.
Excellent. That passes. Thank you very much for the hard work and for the comments, the written comments from the other town departments. Thank you.
Okay, and the next section to amend, do you want to get it up on the screen there, Bill?
So the next one is the 401, the first one you had up. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so you have the existing, you have the proposed. It's pretty minor.
So this is 505-401.1. Do you ask Susan to be the hearing officer on this?
Right. So basically, alls we're doing is revising the regulations, the 505 with these edits as of today, March 18th, I'm sorry, today, March 7th, 2022.
Right.
And it's simply with that. And with that in mind, I just have one question for Mr. Galvin. Can you hear me all right?
Again,
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to be sure, just for my understanding, do the new regulations applied tonight apply to our currently open public hearings?
well, the way this is worded right now would say, it says, shall apply as amended to all applications and requests filed after that date. So it would not apply to anything that was previously filed unless you change that last sentence.
Okay,
We have
so
a-
we have 10 hearings right now. May I cite them, or is that not a good idea?
No, why don't we just listen to his language change,
Okay.
and that would be good. Thank you, Bob. So how should we amend this?
Approved after the, so you want to change it to make these rules applicable to anything that's in front of the commission right now, right?
Currently, yes.
So all application requests pending and filed after this date.
Where should that be on?
Request pending and filed.
The words pending and get inserted before the word filed.
2 words, Jay.
Makes it very clear.
Yeah, so you've got,
Oh, here, request.
yeah, and so all applications pending and filed. And I would take those,
And, applications and,
oh yeah, correct.
so, no, okay, that and right there, strike that. Yeah, application requests pending and filed.
No.
No?
Applications and requests
Okay.
pending
Yeah.
and filed
Okay.
after that date.
Okay, then I'm gonna help out now. That big line in front of the 202, Jay, change that to March 7. Yeah, you got it. Make that March 7th, comma. Okay. We'll take the red off momentarily, so that it's gonna be the way it's gonna be. All right, so that seems good. How do the commissioners feel?
Commissioners, any comments?
No.
Any comments from anyone else in the
Well, I
audience?
think this should actually be advantageous to some of the applicants because of the change we just
Right.
made.
That's
I
right,
agree.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, so everybody should be clapping, this is great.
Right. Okay, great. Any further questions from anyone? No?
No.
All right. So would you like me to read the motion, or how, do you want to do that,
I
Bill?
think what I do is read the one, Jay, would you take the red off now, please? And make it all black, all right, thanks so much. Excellent, and that'll be the final language, and what I would do is make the motion,
Yep.
Susan.
Yep,
Right
and
off
read
the
it all.
bat, and then
Gotcha.
you've got it right
Okay.
there.
All right, so, seeing no further comment, I'll make a vote to approve the revisions, as discussed, to 505, 401.2, applicability to applications and requests.
Easy for you to say.
Yes, exactly. As amended, these rules and regulations were first promulgated on May 15th, 1990, and they have been subsequently amended on December 18th, 1990, December 17th, 1991, June 19, 2002, October 2nd, 2002, September 17th, 2003, December 1st, 2004, May 1st, 2008, October 16th, 2018, October 30th, 2018, March 18th, 2021, and March 7th, 2022, and shall apply as amended to all applications and requests pending and filed after that date.
Okay, need a second?
Okay, may I have a second?
Second?
Rick?
Roll call vote. Art?
Arlagi, yes.
Rick? I'm sorry,
Bernard
first.
O'Donnell, yes.
Carver, yes.
Joe?
Joe Ray, yes.
Craig?
Craig Hannafin, yes.
And Susan Karen, yes. Motion carries.
Okay, so that was a 6:00, so we're just.
Thank
down
you,
to
Susan.
final items here. All right, so,
Okay, we have a final discussion item, Bill, about the applicability of these rules. Town council gave his opinion that the new regulations are effective after they are approved by the commission. So this would mean that
yes, everything,
everything comes under new rules.
correct, including the pending right now.
Okay, which we did that with this, with Susan's motion.
Correct.
So do we need any further discussion on this? Is there any further clarification?
Bob, just the conversation came up on Friday the 4th with the task force, Bill Finn, Bert O'Donnell, and I. We just want to make sure that retroactive applicability is covered by all the actions that we've taken. Is that correct?
Was that a question to me?
Yes.
I could barely hear you, Bill, that's what,
Okay, not a problem. Can you hear me now?
yes.
The question is, do we, have retroactive applicability, is that going to, is this going to apply to all permits that we have, or properties and permits that we have from the past? And I think you had answered that question to the
I
task
gave an
force.
email answer earlier today that if you have a use that's commenced under a prior version of the rules and regulations, you can continue it. But it applies to any change of use or any use after abandonment.
Can you explain abandonment to us? We're not as wise on that
Or
topic.
if you allow a dock to fall into disrepair, for example, and it ceases to exist, and there's a confluence of an intent to abandon and non-use, there's an abandonment.
I got it.
And any new use, there's an abandonment there, has to comply with the new rules and regulations.
Okay.
Got it.
Can I just state that those of us on Zoom are not seeing 505, 401.1. We're still seeing 505, 307.2 on the screen.
Are you seeing it now?
Thank you, yes.
Okay, there's a couple chats there too.
Okay, and that's the updated version, Craig. That's it right there.
The other thing is, I think Mr. Pesovich correctly pointed out, someone, maybe when the motion was read and said 401.2, and there is no 401.2, it's a new 401.1.
Very good point, Mr. Pesovich. All right, so best practice to clean that up, Mr. Galvin?
Didn't even realize I did that.
Should we take the motion again? Should we abridge it? Is it housekeeping?
I just think you should just re-vote it to make sure that it's clear that the amendment is to 401.1 and not the creation of a new 401.2.
Sounds good.
I
That's
just
good.
read
Should I
the-
just read the whole thing?
I did the whole thing.
So the proposed amendment and revision is to 505-401.1, applicability to applications and requests. These rules and regulations were first promulgated on May 15th, 1990. They have been subsequently amended on December 18th, 1990, December 17th, 1991, June 19th, 2002, October 2nd, 2002, September 17th, 2003, December 1st, 2004, May 1st, 2008, October 16th, 2018, October 30, 2018, March 18th, 2021, and March 7th, 2022, and shall apply as amended to all applications and requests pending and filed after that date. May I have a second?
Second.
Jill?
Roll call vote. Art?
Art Loggy, yes.
Susan Karen, yes.
Bert O'Donnell, yes.
Rick Carberry, yes.
Joe Ring, yes.
Craig?
Craig Hannafin, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we got everybody. Okay, that's a 6-0, got it right. Mr.
Sorry about that,
President,
guys.
Oh, yeah, another thank you tonight, thank you. All right, so for your position now, we have the answers to the questions that were in front of the task force. I think
Okay, is there any new business? Commissioners?
I have some new business.
New business, sir.
I'd like to at least propose for discussion that we very quickly work to harmonize the commentary around the proposed amendments to the dock regulations under the guise of simplifying and adding more clarity, streamlining the process, and making sure we're cognizant of adverse and cumulative effects of dock construction, boat traffic, float in and out of the water, and that we deal with quickly some of the issues with, or at least come up with recommendations that we all agree on with the harbor master in full support, the issue we have of floats on the marsh. And I would rather do this quickly. The reason the hearing didn't happen tonight on those particular topics is Mike DeMeo, whose support we need and influence we seek. I was on vacation and then at a gymnastics tournament for his daughter in Myrtle Beach. He didn't play a single hole of golf, but he did witness some flips of his youngest child. So I don't know how the commission feels about that, but I think we'd like to get that. I mean,
Well,
since we put so much time and work into this currently, it'd be nice to get the easy things knocked off.
Yeah, well, the intent was to move forward with it immediately, so I open it up to the rest of the commissioners, but I think we want to move it forward as soon as possible.
Can I throw in a comment and then Bill Flynn wants to talk next? Is that okay, Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Okay, so there's two pathways. There's a larger pathway on the regs, phase 2, we call it, just, that's what I'm dubbing it. Or do you want to do another similar 304.1 focused event like this? That's the two options I see. Bill, you want to say something?
Oh, I was just thinking if we could get together, people that want to, face to face, discuss the objectives, discuss the language, and then write the language so we don't get involved in a bunch of back and forth emails, this and that and every other thing. Maybe we should get together in a room, spend an hour, get the focus done, get the language knocked out, and I'll agree at that time, if we can, that that's the way, and then proceed from there.
Yeah. No, I think that's fine. I think we're actually very close, but we
Yeah.
really just didn't have the benefit of time to get the harbor master
Right.
fully engaged and get his,
Right.
his support for this.
Well,
which is
just to
important.
move this along, we'll poll the commission if they want to move forward with this as soon as possible. Craig, did you hear us okay?
I can hear you okay, and I'm in full agreement that we should move expeditiously.
One last comment before you poll,
Yeah.
if I may.
Yeah?
In the research that I've been doing on and off on docks, looking at southeastern Massachusetts coastal towns that have resource areas, much like Marshfield does, looking at Situate, Duxbury, I looked down the Cape, Barnstable, I did Ipswich, I did Newburyport, and learned some interesting things, in addition to kind of grabbing what I thought would be best practices. You know, we have a longer list of things to talk about, some things that are easier, but in looking through all those towns' proposals, they're all over the map in all different kinds of forms, call different things. But what I did note is some towns like Duxbury recently spent a fair amount of money to have a consultant take a real hard look at the current state, define the desired state, and push the fast forward button and make some remarks about what the impacts of development and so forth are going to be in the long term, and came back with recommendations to the town. I mean, the Duxbury document done by, I forget what consulting company, was about a 90-page, very, very detailed document. And I think something like that, that's not something we're going to obviously get done quickly, but that might be something that we want to pursue with the town. Because I think, you know, Marshfield is rich with resources, not only beachfront and rivers. I think we have a responsibility while we're sitting in these chairs to make sure we do the best job we can and in the best interest of the town, to take a look at these sort of things and make sure that the tactics that we take fit to the place that we want to end up with, you know. So when I come back here 25 years from now, I don't find a polluted mess or, you know, something very, very undesirable.
So you're looking at like a forecast is what Duxbury did on what build-out would look like, is that kind of right?
Yeah, I mean, they came back and recommended such things as no further development in this harbor, no further development for these reasons in this section of the resource area.
Was it primarily focused on docks and piers, or?
Everything.
Was it broad, how broad was it?
All
I'm
the,
just wondering if it's a planning effort, it should be, is it like a
it wasn't all
master
focused,
plan type thing?
kind of like a coastal master
Coastal
plan,
master.
but with a focus on coastal development.
Okay, so it focused on the wetlands and the coast.
Yeah. Yeah,
Maybe
rivers, estuaries, streams, beachfront, dunes, you know, all that sort of thing.
Maybe you want to bring in Guillemot into that conversation, and he might have some suggestions as to where you might want to go with that. He might want to combine it with something else. You know, it's a good idea,
Yeah.
but I think maybe you want to, it sounds like more master planning, even a coastal master plan type thing.
Yeah, well, I think the piers and docks are just a part of that.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
So are you trying to keep this focused on what the Conservation Commission can manage?
Yeah, let's try to get the things that we've already been talking about and are so close to getting the right language where everybody agrees before the commission, get the public comment, make sure that we're legally whole with Attorney Galvin, and have the commission vote on it, so we have more clarity, more precision around the current performance standards and what people can do. It'll help the designers, it'll help the permitting process flow, which is a mess right now. I mean, we have made pretty good strides since 2017. There's a dock checklist now. There's, you know, we formalized the site visits that we try to do. That those don't always go perfectly. You know, a lot of this was done under, you know, with Jim Kilcoyne's time and leadership, and some of the work that Bill has done. So this is just a continuation of that process of refinement.
I think to Rick's point, it's an evolution. We've come a long, long way. In the sake of time, I'd like to ask you, because you're really the hearing officer on the docks, and we're looking at you for leadership. I again said, do we want to bet this into the phase 2, which could probably take 90 to 180 days or longer, or is this something you want to do as a separate silo and get it done and we're back here in 30 days or something?
Well, I'd like to be back here in seven to 10 days, no longer.
Yes, that's what we spoke
Yeah.
about tonight. That would just be to finish off what you already hit in the works,
Yeah,
right?
it's a chip shot.
Okay.
To my view. We just ran out of time with the harbor master.
Okay,
frankly.
as far as studies and everything, I think, as Bill Finn pointed out, there's a waterways study that's out there, there's beach studies, there's a lot of information already in hand, so anything further should build on what already exists. I'm certainly not up on it, I just ran across a couple of them when I started to look into some of the proposed changes.
No, I was just struck by some of the towns when I spent an hour looking on their website, trying to find performance standards for docks and piers specifically, and found very, very little. Found lots on moorings and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then I found Duxbury, and they had a 90-page assessment, forward-looking, that not included docks and piers, but included, other sorts of development and the sensitivity and the amount, the changes that they're documenting that are happening in the resource areas.
Actually, I like that more comprehensive approach on it, and to
Yeah,
look at it.
that's-
I would encourage anything we can do to do that. Not that Duxbury's the end-all,
No.
but I do think, and I do think that forward-looking, more comprehensive approach is a good way to go, and I think anything we can do to encourage that, we should. Not to slow up what we want to do right now.
Right, because the point I'm trying to make is that's a little bit of a long process, you have to get funding for it, and then you need to move forward.
But we should encourage it, Bert.
Absolutely,
I think
absolutely, but you
both
just need to understand it can't happen overnight.
Right.
So we need
So you need
to,
to fix.
we need to move forward
Right.
with what we're doing right
Absolutely.
now.
Right.
I think Bert and Art are bookending the same topic, and I think it's good. I think Rick would like to see us on a task force pretty quickly getting this done. We're very close. I'm not sure 7 to 10 days is achievable, considering the massive effort for this last one thing. And, but I think shortly thereafter, yes, by 30 days, we can get you done, if the commission wants that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just complete the poll so that we've done it. Rick, I think you already
Yes.
said yes, Joe,
Yes.
and Rick,
Yes.
Susan?
Yes.
Art?
Yes.
And I'm a yes also, so
Craig, you said yes?
it's
I'm a yes
unanimous.
also.
Yes, she was the first one.
I didn't.
The only other thing I might add, and we talked about this with DeMayo on the phone today. I mean, the poor guy was trying to check his bags in to get on the plane, and we're hassling him about piers and floats. And he didn't even get to play golf, not one hole, not one shot, not one putt. And so he was a little whiny when we got him on the phone. But that's acceptable because he does such a great job for the town, and we all love Mike.
We want Mike and you, and I think me and Mr. Finn and the commissioner to be engaged on this in its various stages. But
Yeah,
what I
but-
heard tonight is you want fast action
Yeah.
on 304.1.
And we also talked about the possibility of should we include the expertise of engineering expertise. And one of the particular individuals that came up that does a superb job
Gotta be careful, because if it goes so many.
consistently. Well, I'm just saying that it would be nice to have somebody that does design, somebody that does engineering,
Duly noted.
oversee this sort of thing as well, because we're not engineers. I'm a chemist. You're an engineer. You're a marine engineer.
Different kind of engineer.
Yeah, he's in the engine room or on the boat, on the bridge. But I think that sort of input would be welcome.
I agree, and engineering expertise would be a good add, and if we just leave it there, that'd be good. We don't want to call any one person out and say we're showing favoritism. But I think that conversation came up with Mike and Rick and I after Bob got off the phone. It was a four-way conversation, and at that point, that's what led to the tabling of the 304.1s. So I would say we can get together a task force, you and I and Mr. Mayo, and pick up on a commissioner or something like that to join us, then we need to do some wordsmithing with Mr. Finn, get that done, and I think we could probably achieve that in 30 days or less. We have 2 hearings, we've got the first one in April, we've got the second one.
I still like 7 to 10 days.
Well, if we
I'm
shoot,
in a
we
hurry.
think about.
I don't have much time left.
We can have a special meeting, okay, and that's gonna have to mean everybody's availability. I think we need unanimous commission presence on these, and we need to also make sure the town administrator is invited and that the town council is able to participate, so that's a lot. and I think you wanted Link to Mayo at the next one, so I
Yeah.
thought that was key. That's a lot to move right there. It's a
Yeah.
big mission.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you know where Duxbury got the funds to do it? One of the things that comes to mind is I'm always looking for grant money for things. If there'd be grant money available to fund the kind, or at least partially help with that kind of study that you're talking about, that's really top of mind all over the country.
Yeah, the harbor master said there's money available for things like this.
Yeah,
And he's-
just the reading
he's an
that I do.
expert.
He's an expert. Yeah.
That's an understatement.
I mean, they pay for planning, design, all these kinds of things. Anyway, different.
So I think phase 2 could lead to that, and that's the bigger vision we've been talking about. I think Bill Finn made some good comments, but let's just bracket it now that you want to move quickly on the 304.1s and maybe in this week.
Okay, we've reached the end of the agenda. Is there any other new business?
I'd like to work with
We never asked for comments.
Oh. As far as any of these regulations, have we got anybody from the public that would like to make comments?
Could we switch back to the people who are connected instead of the,
Oh, yeah.
Last agenda item?
Yeah. Thank you. So the chair asked if there's anybody who's present either on Zoom or in the room, which there isn't anybody, has any questions at any item whatsoever with regards to this hearing tonight.
Yeah, we have Mr. Pesovich's written comments, and I,
Mr. written comments, he also came on chat, we did respond to that, good pickup, Joe, thank you. You had a great night.
okay, I hear nothing else. The meeting is adjourned.
Is that okay to do it that way, Mr. Chairman? Just to check and make sure that we can adjourn it that way?
We have Attorney Galvin here. Bob, as I understand it, to adjourn a meeting, if you're at the end of the agenda and there's no further new business, the chair can adjourn the meeting. Is that correct?
You should take a vote to adjourn, and because some of your members are participating remotely, you should do it by roll call vote.
Okay, a vote to adjourn.
Second,
Second by Craig.
Okay, roll call vote. Craig?
Ray Hannafin, yes.
Joe?
Joe Russ?
Rick Carver, yes.
Bert O'Donnell, yes.
Susan Karen, yes.
Art Loggy, yes.
Vote is unanimous, Bill.
Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who am I missing? I've got Craig, I got Joe, I got Rick, I got Bert, I got Art, and Susan, did you call it out? Okay, I'm not a bad night. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for participating, and those who attended.
Yeah, Craig.
More to do.
See you,
Thank you, good night, everybody.
Craig.
Good
night.
Thanks,
Thank you
Bob.
for your help. Take care.
See you, Craig. I don't know you, Craig, but see you, Craig.
Tell Tina.